And so our next game is going to be Dull Gray. This one is due out in the spring of 2021 or the spring of this year. And you can play this demo online through the web browser here. And if you use exclamation point GOTW, that is going to bring up the link for you to play the demo. Of course, if you're watching this on my website or YouTube, the description will have the link for this. So we're going to play with the sound on. She sits and stares into space. Ash colored hair arranged in a bun, eyes are watering. Give your granny a hug, says Mother. He comes, bends over to the armchair, and cuddles the windsored, declining body. The old lady struggles to open her arms in response. And who is it? Who's this? She mumbles. This is your lovely grandson, Kiryusha. Or is it Kiryosha? Remember how you looked after him? How you taught him the alphabet? Letter G. Geyser shoot. Mother just showing splashes of water. Kiryosha. The old lady pronounces the name as a meaningless sequence of sounds. Geyser. G. Geyser shoot. Repeats Mother and then adds with a bitter chuckle, and a person is gone. He wants to withdraw, but Mother puts her hand on his shoulder. Stay with your granny for longer. It won't hurt. We have been living together for a year, and you could have called on her yourself just once, just for a friendly chat, without my bringing you here. He stops. The old lady is wearing a green dressing gown with flower patterns. It has recently been washed and smells of cheap washing powder. Kir can hear her heart beating. Thump thump. It's warm. Their home, two pokey tin bunkhouses pressed against each other. Their doors open to a common porch. His father built it using parts of broken robots and was very proud of his work. Now it's used as a clothes dryer, and Granny's rocking chair stands under its rusty overhang. And it's all surrounded by steam, hot springs, mountains, pale sky, and silence. Today is an important day, says Mother. We are going to choose a profession for Kira. What? A beetle is crawling up the bunkhouse wall. It stops and slowly and thoroughly cleanses its wings. It's springtime, even though snow is still lying everywhere. A profession for Kiryoshi. I keep pronouncing it wrong, and I do apologize. They've got these rules nowadays. Progress program gives us options and we have to choose. Mother nosily sighs, strokes her son's back. Oh, my troublemaker, what will you be? A lamplighter, or a tally man? I'm gonna do lamplighter. A lamplighter. Why not? It's a good and useful trade. Runs in the family, she says. Lamplighter. She says a little quieter and nods. They go one after the other. Exactly. Exactly, long play. They go one after the other along a narrow metal bridge holding the rails. The bridge is shaking under their feet. Its metal sound is drowning in the sclinching of mud currents. The air is heavy and humid. Mother leads the way, but constantly turns around. Gestures, exclaims. Her son walks on Morris, silent and lost in thought. They walk for a long time. The great flame, Mother suddenly stops. What is this? A dark giant with square netted eyes is leaning over the road. Its metal spider legs are sinking in mud. Scared me to death, you stupid piece of metal, exclaims Mother. What is it doing here? Did anything explode again? This is a GOES maintenance robot. The two fragments on its back look like arrows in a giant quiver. Strangely enough, it is not doing anything, just turning its head, as if it was waiting for something. They cautiously approach, pass between its legs, constantly looking around. Mother is holding her son's hand. As soon as they get behind the robot's back, the giant thing turns with clanking and screeching. Somewhere high above, a sandpiper flies up with an alarming cry. Oh, what is it doing? Asks his mother. Her son shrugs his shoulders. All right, let's move on, she says, for some reason in a whisper. The robot follows them. It pulls out its legs from the sticky mud with loud squinching sounds. Moves in several steps, dashes. Often stops to turn its head around as if sniffing. Mother is nervous, biting her lips. Her hands are cold. But why would anyone get nervous? It's just a robot. Lost its way, usually business. A chain of signals got broken, and the only thing to do is to go to the nearest road and wait to be taken away. Taking Kir to school, his father helped such machines get back on their way a few times. Half an hour later, the robot's loudspeaker suddenly activates, and it says in an even mechanical voice, "What profession have you chosen?" In response, Mother quickens her pace. Her son struggles to keep up with her. The robot follows them, and after another dash repeats, "What profession have you chosen?" Lamplighter. A lamplighter. Mother finally gabbles over her shoulder. It's very good, says the robot. Lamplighters are in demand. They help us make signals. Without signals, we will get lost in this dump. Mother blushes, replies, "Shut it, you dump dweller." Wow, Mother is very bold. The robot bursts into resemblance of laughter. Its voice is still unemotional and mechanical. His father was a good lamplighter. We remember him. Very interesting game. Like, I like the music in it, and the story is interesting. We'll read just a little bit more of this, though. The station is right ahead at the bottom of the crater. Black, massive, and drowning in steam. Lines of rods protruding from its flat roof that looks like a gigantic hairbrush. Some of its teeth are occupied by spike heads. They slowly turn, blinking while charging. Some orange light goes blinking in the fog too, as if responding to the spike heads. Dull, constant humming is audible. Mother waves her hand and shouts, "Hey! Hello! Hey! Will they see us? I sent them a message on the net. They should be waiting for us." And immediately claps her hands. The net! Was there any connection today? Her son snorts, points at the spike heads. If the servers are there, the net should be available. But of course, she laughs. They have so many of them there. Previously, you would be happy even if one strayed into this place. I remember that just after you were born, we had to find something out about some medicine, perhaps. But unfortunately, there was no Spiky around, and you wouldn't stop crying. It was horrible. She suddenly stops laughing and asks anxiously, "Do you think they will accept this one?" She nods at the robot behind them. Or will it trail behind us till thermal? Her son shrugs. It depends on whose shift it is today. They accepted this one and had a good laugh about how the robot characterized professions. Of course, these were the controllers. The communication department is full of kids. They use the timetable to figure out who could stumble into their robot and decide to play a joke on you. But, it's spoken in such a way. Oh, don't take it too seriously. It's Auntie Tamara. She's wearing a uniform jacket, an embroidered scarf around her neck, and earrings. She's sitting at a big window with Mother and drinking tea, putting cups on the corner of the table between piles of paperwork. Auntie Tamara's daughter is typing a little further away in an armchair, holding a portable computer on her lap. Her name is Yana. She is keeping her back straight and her expression stern. Son can't take his eyes off her. She notices it and shrugs her thin shoulders in discontent. Of course, she is a grown-up, 2 years older than him, and already has a proper job. Behind the armchair there are handrails and a long staircase going down into the darkness of a maintenance workshop. A robot accepted for preventive maintenance stares from the dark. They have already dismantled its legs. So where are you going now? Asks Auntie Tamara. To Thermal to meet the navigator. Oh, the navigator! Such a handsome man. And he travels in a train that I've never seen before. I even envy you. Come on, there's nothing to envy. We are bags of nerves. Auntie Tamara nods understandingly. Well, jokes apart, what profession have you chosen? She asks. Lamplighter. Lamplighter, replies Mother and sighs. That's the choice? Well done, says Auntie Tamara and takes Mother's hand. They spend some time in silence. After what happened, I thought, well, you know what I'm talking about. It goes without saying. Well done. Excellent. Mother nods. You know what, Kapka? What I also wanted to say is, we do need lamplighters because we have signal failures everywhere. We badly need them. But if your son goes away, then... Oh, why am I skating around it like a well-greased robot? No, Tamara suddenly explodes. If your son goes away, who will be left? Who else would make a decent husband? Some drunkard from Thermal? And we are a done deal. We are all settled here. She points at her daughter. Yana blushes and starts pushing the buttons with double force. Son attempts to stand up, leans forward, but hesitates and stops in a strange position. Am I wrong? Continues Auntie Tamara. Or do you intend to become an old maid, my dear? Mother, her daughter exclaims in a fit of anger, then raises and loudly declares, I'm going to the kitchen. She subtly motions to Kira to follow her. Go ahead, waves Auntie Tamara. The kitchen is a poky and dark place. The only source of light is round holes in the ceiling. The door of the fridge is covered with souvenir magnets. A headless robot frame sits in the corner. Don't listen to Mom, smiles Yana. It's so like her, imagining things. Kira nods. And why did you stop going to school? Yana asks. He mumbles something like, well, Is it because of what happened to your father? It must be really tough. And why wouldn't you move to Thermal? At least you'll have people around. Kira repeats as usual. Well, you see. And points somewhere behind his back. Your mom doesn't want to. Kira nods. You are so untalkative. Are you afraid of me? He intentionally shakes his head. Yana takes out a mirror, turns to the light, and spends some time contemplating her own reflection. Then she unbinds her hair with a single motion and asks, Tell me, am I beautiful? Kira looks at her astonished and thrilled. Oh, she checks herself. Stop. Hold on, you got it all wrong. You're still just a kid. I'm sorry, I'm very sorry. I meant quite a different thing. Kira's thoughts are in turmoil. He doesn't know what to do and what to feel. The whole situation sends shivers up his spine. The sound of Mother's loud voice comes from the workshop. You see, he wants nothing, absolutely nothing. And what do I do? Well, Yana continues. Don't say anything. No need. But let me tell you one thing. Her eyes flash with strong emotions. You know what? Get away from here if you have a chance. You need to go away. Kir nods slowly and hesitantly. Tell me the truth. Who do you want to be? Mother, lamplighter. Mother, Taliban, a lamplighter. A lamplighter, says Mother, entering the kitchen. Get ready. Get real. It's time to go. All right, so yeah, so that kind of happened there with the whole story there. Like, it's a very interesting story. Alrighty. And so I think I will stop that one there. But that is Dull Gray. And Dull Gray is going to be coming out in the spring of this year. Again, you can play and continue this story on your own through the demo that is available on the website there. If you hit exclamation point GOTW, that's going to bring up the games of the week, and the link for this will be there. I personally welcome our robot overlords. Yeah, Happy New Year! But very interesting story what this one is. Like, I kind of like the story in this one too. The thing with visual novels is sometimes they can take quite a bit of time to get through. So, if you're someone who loves visual novels, and I do like visual novels, to be fair, I do enjoy reading them. Um, but it does put a lot um, when you have to read them. And when you're streaming them, you do have to, you want to read them. So it puts a lot of strain on the voice. So, but other than that, I thought the story was very interesting. I hope he figures out if he really wants to go to. Are we really doing binary code? Are we literally doing binary code right now? Long play, really? Ironically, you know what's funny? I used to could be able to read binary code. Ironically, but yeah, because back in the day, well, we'll get into that in a moment. But yeah, if you like marker, wow, if you like Dull Gray, be sure to check this out when it fully releases.